All right, okay, so today we are going to be going through and packaging up to 500 orders. Oh, they're all from Whatnot as well. They're all from our Whatnot stream this week. I say this week, actually it's just today. So all orders from today. I've got some copyright-free music playing, which is Connor Price, Nick D. So thank you to those guys. So let's see what we do. So first of all, I've just printed out all the orders. I wanted to sort of do that without bothering you lot too much. It's a bit long. So what I do is everybody's orders, I've started putting them on the walls, and we've still got a few more to go. So I'll continue doing this, and I'll keep talking whilst I'm doing it, so that you can see what I'm doing. Basically, what my idea is, when I'm live, I put all the tins on the wall here. This is like an IKEA. I've got, as you can see over here as well, got them all around the room. Excuse me. I've got IKEA tins all around the room, and the idea is that whilst I'm live, if somebody buys something, so let's say Harry buys something, Harry's tin is here, right? So it's alphabetical. So the first 3 rows on, you can't really see this side, but the first 3 rows on this side, they're down at the bottom here, is A, B, C. Then we've got D, E, F, G, H, I's down here, J, K and L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, all the way to the end, yeah? So that's how I set it up. So that if somebody from the letter M orders, I know that he's instantly over there in that, or on that row at least, so that when I go to do it, I know where he's going to be, or she's going to be. So that is the first point. Really easy to keep a hold of that. There's no no confusion then. And then all I need to do is when somebody orders, so let's say Greg orders, I know that it's one of these 2 tins here because that's the G. That's the G section. So you've got D, E, F, G. So anything coming from this area is where Greg's going to be. So I can sell things quicker because I know where the orders are going to be. So we'll go over to this side as well because I've got the cameraman. Are you coming with? Do you fancy joining us? There you go. Yeah. You good? Yeah, we're moving. So we've got Schlukas over here. Then we've got Stacy. Then we've got Wesley. Then we've got Not the Composer. Slimply. So at any point in this video, you can just skim forward to see different parts of the packaging process. Feel free to do that, obviously. It might be a long one because I'm actually going to real time pack all of this. But what I'll do as well is I'll show you all the different processes that I go through, so that you guys can see everything that I'm doing. Wolfie, thank you ever so much. Pokey Zach, sorry. Where's Zach? Pokey Zach. And then we've got Reaper. We've got Pokey Pete. Right, let's change this over as well. I think we're probably better off, even though we've got permission to play the music. It's probably better not to play. We've got Newt. Thank you. We've got Vanessa. We've got Pete. Pokey GTA 5. So this part of the job is I'm literally just going round and adding everybody's labels to their tins. The second part of the job with my salad bowl from B&M, like £5 for this little tray, really helpful. This one was like £4, very helpful. The second part of it is once I've done that, I then go through in alphabetical order and grab everybody's tins off the wall. Try not to show all their addresses. Grab their tins off the wall. So these again are like IKEA tins, which is pretty cool. So you got IKEA tins on here, and then what I do, I put all of their cards with a top loader into there. I might put their labels backwards. It might be just a little bit safer for the tubes. Yeah, and then I just get everybody's orders like this and just put them all in here. As I say, this is the point of view, POV of the entire process, so you can skip and see bits that you want to see if you want. But yeah, this is people's actual orders today. Bob with the H in the middle. Bob, I guess. I asked if that was his full name. Didn't respond, so we're going to take that silence as an absolutely yes, it is, Mr. Sam. How did you know such a thing? How dare you ask such a question, I suppose. So what we do, we try and put all the packs at the back, and then we get a top loader to divide the two, and then put the cards in front with an energy. And then we seal them up. You'll see the rest of the packaging process in a bit, obviously. So there we go. Then we go for B and C. Not many A's, B's and C's today, so you'll see that there's not actually that many of them. What I'm doing as well, whilst I'm excuse me, not very well today, but whilst I'm doing this, hopefully you can see some of the cool cards that people have been buying as well. There's a real mixture of cards today. This was one of the morning streams, so it's like a bit of a quieter, I guess, stream. Still 500 orders though is pretty cool, right? Still pretty bloody cool. Collis coming in there, and the next one coming up. The only reason these are all curly, the labels, is because it got to the end of the reel. You'll get a little bit excited and decide to start like bending the wrong way, which is really annoying. But as you can see, it's quite quick, quite a quick process to take all the orders off the wall. So it's fairly quick. Again, skip to where you want to. Is cameraman following us today? Let's have a look. Yo, if you could put in the comments as well your favourite type of Pokemon card, because we've got loads of English, loads of Japanese, lots of different bits today. So yeah, if you can let us know what your favourite type of Pokemon card is, then that'd be a good one. Next one up. So yeah, the idea is that I do things like by bit, by job. So I do this whole thing. I do all 500 orders, taking them off the wall. By 500 orders, it's not 500 parcels. It's 500 cards sold, right? So obviously somebody's bought 20, 30 cards there. So if it's more than sort of 20 cards, I put the top loader in the middle. So you can see the top loader goes. Top loader goes in the middle. That was a poor choice. So yeah, the top loader goes in the middle to protect the cards from banging around in the box. Because then the top loader there protects the cards whilst it's in a box, and then if it's banging around in a box, it'll be safe. And all of these tins, these are from IKEA. So if you ever want to copy this as a setup, then it's nice and easy. Obviously, they can't all go in one box. That's hella massive. So again, we put the packs at the back and the cards at the front. And we get two piles relatively the same. Chucking the top loader in the middle. Drop them in the bag. And we get another bag, another top loader. Do it again. The cool thing with this as well, having these pots and these tins from IKEA, is that it's not that expensive. It's not. I don't think it's too expensive. It's like £100, and you get you'll get one of the pegboards on the wall, and then you get what am I trying to get? You get one of the pegboards on the wall and 27 tins. So 27 tins fills the wall. I don't know. I'm not put that in easy order. So 27 tins will fill one pegboard. So you get 9 in a row, and you could get 10 on there, but they won't be in a row. I've never done this where these are facing backwards and they're proving to be really annoying, especially because they're so bloody curly. Stop it. Look at this. What an order that was. Yo! Some amazing cards. So one of my sort of philosophies, one of the things that I'm trying to trying to do and trying to help people with as well is because I get a lot of messages of people saying, "Oh, Sam, with the packaging, it just takes so long. I just don't have the motivation to go live," and that's fair. You know, not everybody wants to do the packaging. I sometimes charge. I sometimes pay my partner, my fiance, to do the packaging for me because that helps. Obviously, you can't do that if you're not selling much. So, you know, we're obviously very busy and very fortunate position to get to that place. But keep that as a goal, right? You know, you can think outside the box. You don't have to do it. You also don't expect that your partner will do it for free. So you may have to pay them or something. I don't know, or a friend or a parent. Like we started. I've packaged all of it myself for years, but having like my parents nearby, they've been able to help, pay them £13-14 an hour, something like that, just to make sure it's worthwhile. I mean, they don't, bless them, they don't need the money, so they're not bothered. But it's still like you got to set up as you sort of wish to go on, right? So hopefully, hopefully my ethos kind of is more of a treat people as they deserve to be treated. What is this thing that's a person? Oi, come this way, yo! It's bloody camera, bro. TikTok. This was from this tracking cam. Thank you very much. Love that. Let's move these out of the way because that's getting annoying. So you may have to at some point, you may be in a position where you can hire somebody else, which would be great, because then you can continue doing the thing you're better at, the thing you enjoy more, which is the streaming, hopefully. But initially, you're going to be doing what I'm doing. So, what my point of all of this is that I would rather work out a way that makes it easier to do this, like to do my job, so that I can then do it more often. Because I stream, we sell something like 1,000 cards a day, something like that, 1,000 orders a day, which sounds ridiculous. Each order is like 1 pack, 1 card, right? So the stream this morning was 3 hours and 20, I think it was, something like that, just over 3 hours. And we sold 474 cards. So it's pretty rapid, right? We're Card Galaxy Rapid for, you know, it's so we are pretty quick. And one of the things that I'm trying to do is show people the process that you can do this. This is a genuinely normal day. It's not like I'm saving the best for this. Like, this is my point is as well. I like to do this often, so that it's just a normal day. Like this, there's no. I'm not saved the best day for today so that we can film it. You know, it's not. Oh no, I've got more labels. I've got more bloody labels, man. Right, camera's even gone out of focus here. Why is that going out of focus? Can I focus it manually? I don't think I can. There we go. Right. So yeah. So one of the things that I'm trying to do is make sure that when I film any of this sort of content, even my Instagram content, I try and film it so that you can see that it's just a normal day. By doing it so often, it kind of makes it easier and makes it more relatable, I guess. Dane. Yeah. Right, let's put these in their pots. So yeah, so it's the point of it for me is to show literally a normal day, whether it's busy or not, a normal day. Today, is it a busy day? Relatively busy, yeah. One of the best morning streams I've had, which is pretty cool. But we're currently breaking lots of records, our own personal records, right? It's not, there's no championship or anything. But it's just nice to keep an eye on the stats. So one of the things I do, or we do, is we keep an eye on how how streams are going. Whether it's good, bad, ugly, whatever, we just keep an eye on it. We document stats for each stream. So we know a Monday morning, normally, and obviously it will change every week, but a Monday morning, roughly, we can do this many cards, right? So we're now, what we're Friday? We're on a Friday, yeah. So we hoped that we'd be able to sell 400 or 500 cards. I had 550, I think. Some of the cards I had to double up, as in didn't sell on their own, so you sell two together and they sell. So some of the cards I had to do that, which is expected. And then I'm throwing them in the bin, by the way. I've got a bin over. It'll be a messy mess in a minute, but they are going towards the bin, if not in the bin. Right, let's keep it going. Excuse me. They are going towards the bin. Look at that Arceus V-Star. Yo, the gold, my man. The gold. Who was that for? That was for Jim Boy Panoy. Yeah, what a name. What a name. Or Pinoy, sorry. Jim Boy Pinoy. Thank you, Jim Boy, if you were listening. So yeah, so the idea is get some really good, and I can help with this, but get some really good what am I trying to say? One of the ideas that I've got is get some really good procedures in place so that everything you do can be done as fast as possible, right? You don't need to sell singles as fast as possible. Yes, you can control the speed of, if you do a 3-second auction, that's obviously going to be as fast as you can go, but I don't mean like that. I mean more when you're actually doing this side of things. How can you make this process quick but not full of errors? There's no point going fast if you're just going to muck it up. But how can you do that? Is there a possible way to get faster than what I'm doing it now? I believe there is. I haven't found it yet. What's their name? I dropped their name badge. Jay's name badge. Like one of the things that I like to do when I'm live, because I have all their names on the wall in alphabetical order, I make sure that I write their name as close to it as I can. Sometimes, obviously, we've had issues with that. So if I write, I don't know, let's say there's somebody called Lou. There's Lou Nick, and there's another Lou. I think there's 2 Lou Nicks, maybe? Lou Nick and then some numbers, and then there's another one with some numbers. First time I was like, right, Lou, brilliant. I just wrote Lou. I was like, sweet, because it was L-O-U. It was Louis, I think, L-O-U-I-E. L-O-U-I-E, yeah. And then another Louis came in with just other numbers. So it was like Louis Nick and then Louis. And I didn't realise it at first, because I was like, oh, Louis, cheers, mate. Thanks, Louis. And then at the end of the stream, I was like, oh, no. Oh, no. I've got 2 labels printed out for the same person. Then I realised, mate, I put all that person's orders in the other person's thing. I've only made 1 pot on the wall. I was like, oh, God's sake. So I had to then go back. The good thing with Whatnot is, as a seller, you can go back and look at all of the cards that sold and who got what. So it just took me 10 minutes, and I just went back through, watched. Because with Whatnot, as a seller, if you do make a mistake, it's not the end of the world, because you can go back and just watch the video, and it cuts back to roughly where that person bought the card. So then I just got all the cards out on a table. They bought like 50 between them. So I was so many cards. Yeah, and then, so they bought so many. So I just went back through and just divvied them out. And I was like, right, this person got this one. Right, cool, that's that one. I was like, please, one person had bought 1 card, right? And then I can just watch that video. But they didn't. They bought about 25 each. And in between each other as well. So I was like, oh my God, what a nightmare. So yeah, so that was... It's just what it is, isn't it? But so luckily they've got a thing like that you can do that, and you can watch it back, so that you're not, if you do make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. So that was quite good, quite useful. I also know that each one of these rows takes about 15 minutes to pack. So I know at the minute, if I was just to start packaging, we've got half an hour until the end of this video. Obviously, you don't have to watch all of it, and I might speed some of it up. But ultimately, you've got half an hour, or I've got, real life, I've got half an hour to package this. So I know what there is. And then the other thing is, like, if somebody buys so many cars like this, I split them in half, or roughly in half. Chuck that top loader in the middle. And then pop it in there, and then do the same with the other one. And again, the top loaders just keep the cards from knocking at the side of the boxes. And these top loaders, the team bags that I've got are oversized, so they're wider than the top loader. So there's a bit of extra padding in there. So if they're going to be knocked around in a box, this is acts as padding either side, so the cards don't get damaged when they're going around, which is really cool. So keep an eye out for those, like oversized top loaders, team bags. Sorry, they're useful. We got a question as well from somebody saying, "Oh, how do you name all the tins?" Right? Yeah, I can see what's going on at the back, but there's little brown bits, whatever. What it is these are the tins from IKEA, so they're hooked on the back. It's called Skadis, Skadis. Rewind that if you need to, but Skadis. And it's the pegboards, 15 quid. These are £3, I think, each. So it's like £100 for the pegboard and just under 30 of these. So it's 27 on a board. And what I do is, this is actually brown parcel tape under here. I put that on there, stick it on the top, and then I get a penny sleeve, like a Pokemon penny sleeve that you put your cards in. And then when I write their name on a Pokemon card or an energy, I open that, I slide it in, and then I can see who it is. So it'll say Sam 123 or whatever. I also make sure it overhangs. This is another procedure. I make sure it overhangs underneath, so that when I'm doing this part of the job, you'll see me pick it up, and I'll just tap it like that, and then now I can take the card out. Because if it's at the bottom, so let's say it's right at the bottom like that, I've got to get my hand in it. I rip it. It's a nightmare. So if we make it overflow a little bit at the bottom when you stick the top loader on, the penny sleeve on, that procedure there just makes me pull that out without an issue. So it's just little things that I've tried and tested a lot to get to where I am now. Because even then, right, I just pulled that out without a problem, because I push it on the push it down on the table, and it pops it out. So when I put it down on here, as I put it down on the table, it's already hanging out the top. So I just knock it down nice and easy, and it already pops out. So the actual procedure of that just saves 10 seconds. You know, if you've got 500 orders to do, which is like 80 people, something like that, 80 different boxes, you can do the maths on that. I'm not that bothered about doing the maths, it's not important, but you know what I mean. Then some people buy a lot of stuff. So like this person here's bought a fair amount of packs. So this will probably go in a different type of box, depending on what the label says. So it still says large letter. So you've got to be careful of that as a seller, that you still got to fit it in a box that's 2.5 centimeters thin or thinner. So you've got to still be able to keep an eye on that. But I've just got some bigger boxes that are still as flat, which should be good. What's the time? So we're at 12:30 now. The postman comes at 3:15. So should be all right. We'll get most of it, if not all of it. We should get all of it, I think. But we'll see. Take my heart, don't break it. So we should be able to speed through this. Fly through. What I try and do when I'm streaming as well is I try and do some, like, watch some like YouTubes and things. Obviously on this video I can't, so I'm just talking instead. But yeah, I normally try and do two things at once if I can. So if I can try and learn something whilst streaming, or no, not streaming, whilst packaging, then I will. So I'll put on like Diary of a CEO or something like that where I can learn something. I think just makes sense to me. But so So yeah, so today I won't be doing that because I'll get told off by YouTube for showing other things that don't have permission to. So you get to see a photo of my beautiful family, on holiday. Right, so we've run out of top loaders. So let's get some more. Oh, I've actually run out. Oh, sugar. Yo, okay. Okay. We had 3 of these turned up yesterday. Massive boxes of top loaders. Because we get through quite a lot, as you can imagine, I'm sure. So let me sort that out. So give me a second. Nothing like doing a POV and it's actually not set up properly. Nothing like that. No problem. We got more. Alright, there we go. Get another couple of these opened up. Before I had these tins on the wall, I used to have, like, you know at IKEA you can get sock drawers. Have you seen the sock drawers at IKEA? If you've not, I'll show you one. So like these, right? Yeah, these like canvas sock drawers. You can unzip it, fold it down, whatever. So before I had these on the wall, I used to have these. I still have them, just in case. And what you might look inside and go, why is it black or grey and white inside? Excuse me. Well, these come with little pots, and these little pots fit perfectly in that sock drawer. So when I was live, I used to put these in here, because if you don't put something in these and you pick it up, all the weight of it bulges at the bottom, and all the cards slide between each section because they're not like individual sections. So I put all these top loader pots in the bottom here, so that when I'm live, I can put A, B, C, D, E, F. I can do this. This was the first iteration of that. It's good if I go like live at a card show or something. I can take these with me, and then I can have it. Excuse me. I can have it like on the table, and I can do 24 different people's orders all in one go. Like, look at that, as space saver. As I got busier, I often do over 100, 150 orders a night. I don't have the table space anymore for this, but I use it as like an overflow now. So if I do over 150 different people auctions and like sales, I put 2 of these out. So then I do like A and B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, like maybe J. J's quite busy normally, but then mix it out. So then I know that if somebody with the letter A orders, they're at the top here. If somebody with the letter B orders, they're down here. So I remember where they're going to be, which saves a lot of time when I'm doing that stuff. So again, another procedure that's sort of built out of necessity, really, more than anything. So yeah, that's a good little one to use if you've not done that before. Right, where's this camera going? Are you following us anymore? Has the camera died? Yo, what are we saying? No, we're good, we're good. Right, let's go over here. Take my heart, don't break it out. So let's continue. The reason I put this tin in here, you might see that there's a tin in there as well. The reason I put that tin in there is to stop all the cards from falling over as I put it in, because that, again, if it takes me 20-30 seconds every time I do that, it's going to drive me bloody mad. Every single card, 20 seconds more of it all just falling in. Oh my god, it would be so annoying. So, yeah, it just makes it easier to put something in there. It doesn't need to be a tin, but just something in there just to stop them all falling. Oh, I missed somebody's card. Just stop them all falling over, you know. door banging or not, but if you can, sorry about that. So we're well over 2/3 of the way through. Let's put these back here. So we are flying through, as it were. So once I've taken them all off the wall, the idea is then, I'll show you it, but when I get to it, but the idea is then to take everything off the desk that I don't need, and then do the actual packaging of it all as well. So you'll see that process. I'll try and hide everybody's addresses as well, because obviously that's not ideal. I hate that these are all so curly. If you're going to buy labels, don't buy them on a roll, man. It's easier to have a roll like this because the storage of it's great. But as you can see today, I've done 80 orders, or 80 different people, and they're all curled, and they're all trying to bloody curl the whole time, and it's just gets in. It's just annoying. The only reason I buy the rolls is because I get them free from Royal Mail, because we send so much stuff, so we get free labels. But they come in rolls. They're just so annoying. You can't complain really because it's free. So I'm not really upset. It's just if I had a choice, I do have a choice. If I was to buy them and pay for them, I would never buy rolls. It's so annoying. Because you can buy labels in like flat. There's like, you get like 500 in like a flat thing, and they just go kind of like that. I don't know if the noise is accurate or not. It's probably not. But yeah, so that's how I do it. Look at this. Somebody bought these today. Look at those, bro. What a pickup. So we get some really, really cool cards coming through. And again, if you're not on Whatnot, go and join Whatnot. Follow Card Galaxy Rapid. You'll see it going across the screen a million times anyway. But yeah, please come and join us. We're live 10 times a week. So there'll always be a slot. Well, hopefully there'll be a slot that you'll be able to watch. And we've been on, this is the cool thing as well, we've been on Whatnot for 70 weeks now. So I count my income on weeks, so that's why I know that answer. But we've been on Whatnot for 70 weeks. However, we've just started a new account. And, oh, hold on. So we've just started a new account on Whatnot. And after 70 weeks, it was about 65 weeks. After about 65 weeks, we wanted to branch out and we wanted to try and reach a new audience. So we put out an advert. So it was initially it was me and my good friend Mounty Live. And we were live on the main Card Galaxy singles account, and we got the account up to like 180,000 sales, which is 180,000 like singles and packs and ridiculous, like a lot. I think they're at like 190 odd now, and it's what, the 8th of November. On the 1st of October, so well, when recording this. A month, 40 days ago, I split off and made a new account. We then hired a really great streamer. We're really grateful to have him on board, called Mac. He's now on the account with Mounty, and they're both doing singles as well. What they do is they do vintage Japanese and vintage, mainly just the vintage stuff and Japanese. Just Japanese in general, modern and stuff as well. And the idea was, the account can't really hold 3 full-time people in the day, because me and Mac both stream in the mornings, and me and Mounty both stream in the evenings. So it just isn't going to work. We're going to be on top of each other all the time, and I'm the common denominator that I'm in the way. So all right, let's move Sam out of the way. So I've moved over to the new account, which is Card Galaxy Rapid. Been on there for like 40 days now, and we've already sold, or I've already sold 21,000 items. So my goal, don't tell them, but my goal is to see who can get to 400,000 quickest. Because I'm selling twice the amount they are, as in just because I sell it a lot faster, right? So mine's lower end, it's whatever, it's not really a competition, but I'm trying to see if they can get to 400,000 before I do. So I'm giving it a year. I don't know how it will go. So yeah, who knows where it's going to go, but it's nice to have some friendly rivalry at least. And the cool thing as well is I wanted to sort of document the process, because going from like hiring somebody is no mean feat. We've put it out there to the world. Like one of my things is be present. Show like the point of view stuff, so that for whatever reason, right, inspire people, help people, whether it's other streamers, like people like. I've seen a lot of like chats of people like, oh, why would you want to help your competition, blah, blah, blah. We're not in competition, man. Like, the world's massive. Nobody that buys from me will buy from you anyway. What does it matter? Like, we're all good. And if they do and they choose you over me, I'll find somebody else. Like, people, it's fine. So, yeah, help everybody so that the platform becomes a trusted place, so that just people just walk into your stream and be like, oh, this is another person doing singles, perfect, I trusted the last person, this person must be good too. And then it's up to you if you mess it up. Like, obviously block them if they're terrible, but it's just brilliant. So the good news is that's all the tins off the wall. The bad news is you're gonna have to watch me package it. But yeah, so what my sort of idea, ethos and all that is to try and help each other so that we can all service people and get them the cards they want, the packs they want, all that sort of fun stuff together as a community, or whatever the word is. And why wouldn't you want to do that, you know? Right, 1 second. I'm going to have to move my microphone to there. I think it's still alright. Yes, alright. Right, so we've got some boxes. I'm going to have to really try hard not to get people's addresses in, because that'd be not ideal. That would not be... These stink, bro. These proper stink. Right, okay, let's bring that across here. Right, so let's see if we can fill up a couple of bags. So we've got probably, I think from now to the end of this video, if you're watching in real time, probably about 45 minutes to an hour, which is 1 o'clock here, so 2-ish, yeah, that's all right, 2 o'clock, that's absolutely banging. So yeah, so one of the main things that I try and do is when I'm doing people's orders and when I'm doing people's, I guess, yeah, orders, is that I stick the label on and then I chuck it in the bag. When I try and do people's orders, I'm always thinking, how do they know that was me? How am I going to get a 5-star review, right? Because the deal's done. They've bought the card, they've bought the packs, everything's done. How do they know this is me? And you'll see, I put a thank you card in the box, and one of the reasons I do that is so that they know it's me, and so that I can make sure they can leave me a review, right? Like, the cards don't cost that much. I've ordered 5,000 and it cost me £100. £100 might be a lot, fine, but 5,000 people now have a thank you card that says working with Card Galaxy on whatnot. So Card Galaxy, that's the account, right? Card Galaxy Rapid. You know that I'm working with Card Galaxy on Whatnot. That's where you got it from. Thank you from Sam's Gotta Catch 'Em All. On the back is a link to my Discord. Buy some merch. Go to Ace Grading. Use your code SAM for 5% off. All of that is found on head to samsgotta.com for all of that information, right? So that's cool. So that's now, I've now explained where you got it from. I've thanked you, and it's the first thing you're going to see when you open this box. So you're like, oh, that's from Sam. Nice, okay. Oh, who's this nice box from? Who's put it in a bag because the postman's left it out in the rain and it's not damaged the cards? Who was that? That was thoughtful. Well, that was me, baby. That was me, and I'm going to tell you the minute you open that box. As soon as you open Pandora's box, you know the answer. You know who it was. So yeah, so I think that's quite useful. I think it's quite helpful. I think it's imperative, really. If you're a streamer, if you're a seller, if you're Etsy, Whatnot, anywhere really, because how else are they going to be able to write a review if they can't? Because a lot of people can't remember what they ordered and who from and whatever. Because I get it all the time. I get people like, Sam, I bought this card. It doesn't happen that often, but Sam, I bought this card and there's a mark on it. It was rubbish. It was packed terribly. I was like, doesn't sound like me, mate. I'm not trying to turn you away, but can we discuss this? You know, show me some photos. I was like, one, you didn't buy that from me. Two, why did they package it in a Greg's like steak bake packet? I agree, that's terrible, but it wasn't me, mate. I promise it wasn't me. You'll know when it's me because this is my packaging. They're like, oh yeah, that wasn't you, bro. I was like, I'm well aware of that, mate. I am well aware of that. So I think it's quite useful to have that thank you card, even if you handwrite a note, or if you've got a label printer, you can go into the software and print out 100, 50, 20, whatever, little written messages. What I used to do was handwrite a thank you and put in on my label printer. I would type out a message that would say, join the Discord at this link. Many thanks. Sam's got to catch 'em all. Something like that. And I'll just print it out really small on these labels, and then just cut them all out, and then like stick it inside the top of the box. And then that became ridiculous because I was getting hundreds of orders a day, like we are now. And I was like, I can't do that, man. The boxes don't cost much, but protect the person's cards. So I think one of the things as well is what's the point in somebody buying from you? Like, why are they buying? Like, we're running a business based on why they're buying. They're buying because they want a card that they see online in the exact condition they see it online, right? So let's package it so that they get it in that condition. Obviously, the odd one will get run over by a forklift truck or something and get damaged. Like, oh, fine, and you get a refund, no problem. But 99.99% won't. So what I try and do is, how many orders can we possibly do? It's going to be, we now do like, this is boxes, parcels like this. We now do about $7.50 a week. So I'm like, all right, okay, well, how often do I want to buy boxes? How much space have I got here? Let's say it's 100 boxes a week, whatever it is. Work out how much space you've got, work out how many you've done, and then get enough for like 3 or 4 weeks worth. Is my advice. And then get the boxes like this. These are Royal Mail size, so these get through your letterbox. So these are what number is it? C6, I think they are. C5 or C6. I've got it on my website, samsgotta.com. There's like an Amazon wish list on there. I'd no longer buy the boxes from there because I buy so many. So if you want a different link, let me know and I can send you a link for 2,000 boxes plus. But otherwise, it's fine to get them from there. And that's certainly how I got them to start with. I then get poly mailers because I think the odd time that somebody leaves it out in the rain, or that the postie leaves it out in the rain, there's one time where it's going to get the cards wet inside. And it's not a great experience. So I do poly mailers. These poly mailers are biodegradable as well. Again, that link on the samsgotta.com will talk you through that. So go and have a look at that as well, because there's a link for them. And then the labels, again, you can get a link on there. The label printer itself, all of that stuff. The light, the camera, all of this is on that link. Even the microphone and stuff is on the link as well. So yeah, you should be able to get everything quite easily through all those links. But one of the cool things that I try and do, or one of the things that I find important, besides the thank you note, is making sure that the person gets the stuff in the exact condition that they saw it when you're on your stream. One, because that's important, but two, also, if somebody says, "Oh, it was destroyed," or "It was whatever," I know my packaging, and I know what's possible and what's likely, what's unlikely. Like the card, oh Sam, the card came. This doesn't happen very often, but it used to. But the cards, you know, I bought from you, and the cards came, and they were just thrown in a bag. No, they weren't. I've never done that in my life. That's not true. Unfortunately, my friend, thank you so much for responding. But may you show me the packaging because and I don't tell them why, but may you show me the packaging and tell me what day it was on, so then I can track if it's actually been delivered. It might just be a different parcel, right? And they're just grumpy with somebody else. But ultimately, you know what your packaging is like. It's almost impossible for the box to be intact and the cards to be damaged because of the packaging that I do. I know that that's really impossible. I've done like shake tests and stuff on cards. So I've put cards in a box like this and shook for 30 minutes, just like this, obviously swapping arms and stuff, but shook for 30 minutes, took the cards out to see what condition they're in, so that I know how really unlikely your cards are going to get smashed to pieces if the box is completely intact. It's impossible, isn't it? So I'm like, that's not true. Obviously, I'm not trying to go out there to stop people getting refunds. Get a refund, like, it's fine. But just between me and you, I know that that's not true, right? Like, that it's not possible. It's either somebody else's order or you're having me on. And either way is fine. I'm not really bothered. So, yeah, it's all good, I suppose. Right, let's continue with these. So I've got 3 more lanes, as it were, of orders. And again, I think it's going to be about another 45 minutes or so until these are done. Excuse me. I try really hard when I'm doing the packaging as well to not get distracted. So I try and turn all notifications off. I don't look at emails coming in. I don't have my phone to hand because I know this will take me an hour to package these from this point forward, and I can wait an hour to check my emails. Like, obviously, if I've got something important, fine, but that then comes into when I'm planning my live or when I'm planning my streams. If I've got something important that needs to happen, I've planned that in advance. So I'm like, right, okay, well, I'm going to stream from 8 till 11, sell 500 or whatever it was this morning, 470 odd items. Then I know that I've got a call at 12 or 11:30. I'll get half of the orders off the wall by that point. I'll do my call for an hour, and then I've got an hour and a half afterwards of the packaging process, right? Nearly took that off. So that's quite useful to be able to do that and give purpose to your time. And yeah, okay, I can't always, I mean, I'm full-time now, so I can, but I can't always package immediately after my stream and get it all out on the same day. Most of the time I can. But as long as I'm intentional with it and I'm aware of the time frames that I have, it just makes it a lot easier to be able to get as close to it as I can, right? So this video's already been 50 minutes, 50. I think we've got about 45 left. I'll try and go as fast as I can to get it done as fast as I can. Some of the things as well. So we started the excuse me. So we started the new account on the 1st of October, and one of the things that I sort of had as like a hypothesis, I think that's the right word, was that starting a fresh account, literally no help from Whatnot. Well, they help to set the account up because you only allow one account per person, so they help with that. They're very helpful, but no financial support, no giveaway support, nothing. It's just setting up a new account, just like a everyday thing. One of the cool things, and one of the things that I found was, for me personally, I am so comfortable starting from scratch because I don't believe that I'm at the end yet. Like, I believe everything I've done has happened for, not in the God sense, but happened for some sort of reason, and everything, all the opportunities I get now are because I've put in the time before, and I've been doing this for nearly 4 or 5 years, something like that. 2020 we started this, so yeah, November 24. So we're getting there. We're nearly 4.5 years. Let's say that. That's an easier number. It's irrelevant, really. So I know that all the hard work I've put in and all the little tweaks that I've put in every now and then, I know that it allows me to have the confidence that when an opportunity comes up, I know that I can take it and what I can do with it, which is the same with Car Galaxy. Now, I've been working with Car Galaxy for just over a year before we decided to split the account, get Mac on board, and then start my own account. Running the new account, I was fully confident. I was like, I don't see myself as a big fish. I don't see myself as a small seller. I don't see myself as anything. I see myself as somebody that's selling X amount of cards a day, and why wouldn't it just continue on a new account? We had some chats and stuff, and we were like, right, okay, well, let's expect the worst case scenario, that we are at the very bottom of the FYP or the For You page or whatever it is on Whatnot. We're at the very bottom of that for a full month, whilst it starts, right? We'll have the full experience. We're not going to ask for any help. We don't want to be pushed up the top. We don't want to be sponsored. We'll just do it the proper way. I know that my work ethic, my commitment, my consistency will work me up that list. At some point, I'll be near the top of that list, and we'll be busy, and we'll have loads of people. Car Galaxy were also cool with that. They're like, yeah, it just is what it is, right? You know, if we have to suck it up, we have to suck it up. But we know what we do. We can replicate it because we know the little nuances that we have and that we try and do every day. We know that will eventually end up with me being back where I was on the other account. We also didn't want the other account to lose my consistency. So let's say it was me and Mounty on the other account. Between us, I think he was doing 6 streams a week. I was doing 10. So 16 streams a week. Me dropping out, that account is now doing 6 streams a week. We don't want the loss of consistency to have an impact on him either. That's pointless. So the idea was Mounty stays where he is. We bring Mac on board, who can do, well, initially we were thinking can do 2-3 streams a week and build that up 6, 12, 10, 15, whatever it is between the two of them. He's within 3 or 4 weeks, a month down the line, he's doing 7 or 8. So we're nearly back to, consistency wise, what I was doing. He's not replacing me with the content. He's doing different content, different times a day, completely different. But only looking at consistency, they're almost back to where we were. The cool thing is, that didn't make a difference. They're still top of the list, or top 5, top 10, whatever. They're still up there, which is really cool. Now, the second thing was, can I still reach the same amount of people? I'll start from 0. We'll have no followers, absolutely no followers, nothing. Is there a way to... Does it matter if you have followers or not? Because what do all followers is a bunch of people that don't have to find you. They'll find me again, right? They'll find me again. So one of my things was, I'm not really bothered that we don't have any followers when we start. And I know that it will probably grow quite quickly to start with and then tail off, whatever, right? because you might have 10,000 followers on there. I think the most on there is like 20, 30,000 for the UK. Something like that, which is amazing. We had 12,000, I think. 13,000 when I left the account. I don't think every time I go live we had 13,000 people know about my live. So I was like, I'm only reaching the people that in this period of time are buying stuff. So when you take away the amount of followers you've got, and you take away, yes, okay, we've had over the last year, 13,000 people have had a portion of their time on Whatnot and decided that we were good at what we do and they wanted to follow us. All we're doing is reaching a new portion of people on this day that can then begin to follow us, and whilst they are on Whatnot, will follow us, and then they'll drop off and we'll just keep going, and it just accumulates. But followers isn't, you've got 10,000 people that all want what you've got right now. It's just a proof that 10,000 people did want to follow you over a period of time. That's how I see it, which gives me the positive thing of, well, it doesn't matter then. Like, we'll gain followers because some people will like it and some people won't and whatever, and we'll start a scratch. So I was like, right, okay, well, Card Galaxy were like, we will give you the same cards that you would have got before. We're not going to try and overdo it and make it any more epic. We can, and we will do some like events and stuff. But we need to, you know, if somebody follows you, you want them, this is why I try and say as well, like, do regular events, great. Do a one-off event is kind of cheating yourself a little bit, because if you do a one-off event, that's fantastic, it's really fun, whatever. All those people will be like, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And then they come back for your next 30 streams or 10 streams or 5 streams, and you don't do that again. And they're like, oh, okay, well, that's a bit boring. And then they expect that what you do going forward is a bit boring. Like, that becomes your norm. And you don't want that. Oh, I don't want that. So I'm like, right, well, we need to do weekly events. Birthday and Christmas or Black Friday, like, there's events are fine. Obviously, you need to do something, but to try and catch their eye. But if you do a base set box break and you get loads of followers, great, well done. But then never do a base set box break again, or old vintage cards, or anything like that, then what was it for? You were there just to sell something, which is also fine. But you want to build, not a legacy, but you want to build like a momentum. Or I do. I want to build it so that when they come back, they get what they expect. Their expectations are met. So for me, I try and say, look, it's my birthday week, and this is a birthday stream. We're going to do this as a theme, but next Monday we're going to do another event, and it's going to be really cool. So that we have the consistency of events, or the last Friday of every month is an event, or the payday event if you want to milk people's money, which I see loads of people doing. I'm like, oh, there's a payday. You've been paid. Come and buy stuff. No, don't do that. Oh, I hate it. It does my head in. It's like, it's the opposite of selling something. Like, can you imagine Apple saying, hey, you've just been paid. Buy our stuff. Like, we're first. No. I want to buy your stuff because it's good. I don't care if I've got money or not. Like, oh dear. So yeah. Anyway, don't do that. Or you can, but it's not the reason for them to buy. They've not got money burning a hole in their pocket. They want to buy good stuff. So it's more like, hey, we've got good stuff. Come and buy it. All right, I will. Marketing 101 then. So anyway, what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to get across is, excuse me. What I would try and focus on is the consistency of what you do, the consistency of your message, and try and get people to buy into your club, right? Your David Lloyd gym, your whatever, your TV show. Every time they come back, they're getting a similar experience so that they feel at home, and then hopefully you've got the things that they want to buy. Obviously, you know, we're on a sales channel here. And you build your brand around that. So when we were first starting this account out on the 1st of October, we decided that we wanted to do these events, we wanted to make it fun, but then have the consistency that they've expected from the old account. So Card Galaxy gave me the same cards. Yes, there were some events planned in, but we got the same cards and we're going to do the same thing. When we actually started it within a month. So the first month of October, I'd sold 20,000 cards in October, streaming every morning bar Sunday, every Monday, every morning, at 8:15, around that sort of time. Saturdays was a bit earlier, Wednesdays was a bit later, but roughly around the same time every day. And the consistency is the same. Every Wednesday slightly later, every Saturday slightly earlier, but the consistency is the same week on week. And then 4 evenings in the week as well, and sold, just over 20,000 cards, and have 2,500 followers, which is ridiculous. Over 1,000 reviews already in a month. How does that happen? How do we get that? It's ridiculous. So we're mega grateful. I think having like the point of view videos like this one, or the ones I put on Instagram, are also pretty cool, are useful. More useful to show other sellers like what's possible, is it possible, but also I see a lot of chat and I hear a lot of people in lives, and they talk about, and it's a legitimate thing for them, that's fine, but they talk about, oh, these big streamers this, these big streamers that, we're a small streamer, we're this, we're that. And that's fine if you feel that way. I, as somebody that's would consider myself currently being successful, and I don't believe it's down to this purely, but it certainly helps. I believe that everybody should be on the same playing field. I believe nobody should get extra attention, should get an extra support or anything like that. I don't believe anybody should. Whether you're big or small, I don't think you should. If you think you're small versus you think someone else is big, instead of spending your time wondering why they're getting better things and feeling like, this is going to sound harsh, but feeling like a victim that you've not got the opportunity they have, or you're seeing things that they're doing that, well, I can't do that because of whatever. The only thing you can do is improve on your yesterday, right? The only thing you can do is improve on how you were yesterday. There might be legitimate reasons why this person's doing really well. There might be reasons why you're not, or why you think they're doing well, or you don't know what they do. You don't know how much work they put in. Somebody might seemingly put no effort into it at all and just be in your eyes, wildly successful. Yet when you go live, you don't do the same thing as them, or you have this thing of, well, they can spend 20 grand filling out their shop, but I can't, so what's the point? Well, there is a point, because you can build it up over time. You need to look longer. You need to look at a longer distance. I've been doing this for, 4 years, 4.5 years. And it's taken me this long to get to the point where I'm working with Card Galaxy. They've got seemingly unlimited cards for me to sell. And I'm happy to share everything I've learned so that you're not selling out of a sock drawer. You're selling out of things on the wall. I'm building an office in my garden because I can afford to now, which means I'm only going to get better at what I'm doing because I've got more space to sell different things. But you can't have it overnight. Like, it's not... people like me can teach you how to get there quicker, because nobody taught me how to get here. So we can share all our failings and all our successes. But it's the attitude. It's definitely the attitude. I used to shy away from the word attitude because it's like, it's a negative thing. I haven't got an attitude, whatever. But it is the attitude that you go into it with, in my opinion, of it's like a victim mentality. And I want the people that succeed, the people that do the best, don't think like that. So the first step, and it might be horrible to hear or rude or whatever, but the first step we need to do as people is look at ourselves, like look at what we can achieve, what we do, what our streams look like versus other people. Now, that's not comparing yourself as in, why does this person have that, and that's a feeling, but comparing it in a way of, okay, my stream looks like this. So if this camera on the left here, if that was what it looked like, how crap is that? Like this is raw Sam's stream. But if my stream looked like that, and I would, oh sorry, if my stream looked like that, and I'm trying to sell this card here, what's wrong with that? You can't see the card. It's crap. It's terrible. You can't see the card. Yet we stream like that, and we're like, right, okay. Well, the person that's selling all the cards, their stream looks like this, but mine's here. I've got the same card. Why do they get £40 and I get 32? Well, that just little things that are in my head incredibly obvious make a difference. Like every little thing makes a massive difference, and the accumulation of all of that makes a massive difference. Yes, okay, well I can't compete because that person stop competing. That person's full time and I can't do that. Okay, well then you stay in your lane. Your lane is what you're doing now. That's fine. You can only control what you can control. Don't quit your job just because you think you're going to be better than you are now. It's not necessarily true. But you can focus on getting the cards that people want, spending the time in the live to in loads of people's lives to see what's selling and then buy that. That will change next week. They won't want that next week. So you've got to be quick. You've got to work that out. Like it all takes a lot of work, and it's okay if you're not willing to work that hard or put that work in. But to get there, you're going to have to. If you don't want to get there or you're not able to or whatever, there's an acceptance of what my lane is. And I constantly challenge myself in the fact that I am able to, I know what my consistency levels can be, and I'm constantly, like I've been feeling really unwell, like I don't know if you can hear it, but my voice is a bit croaky. I've got a bit of a cough. I'm constantly trying to be better and offer a better service, and in my mind I'm the 6 o'clock news, right? I'm not an ego thing, but I'm when does the 6 o'clock news not air? Well, it doesn't, does it? It's on 6 o'clock every day. You know it's there. Well, that's me. That's my show. That's your show. Your show is the 6 o'clock news. Pretend. Whatever time you go live. Whatever, you know what I mean. 1 second. So treat your stream with the respect of the show must go on, right? The show is going to be live. I promised people that I'm live. So I'm live. I promised people with my thumbnail that they're going to get single cards today. So the first thing when they open the stream, you're doing singles. I promised people that my stream is going to be all Japanese cards. Single cards. Well, don't do packs. Or promise them packs as well, and then it's good. This is a different tangent, but your thumbnail is a direct promise to the person that's coming in. So for me, I make it really vague, as in one card on the picture. I used to put in base set Charizard picture up on my thumbnail. Yes, in that stream there'll be a base set Charizard, but only one person will be able to get it. I'll be selling 500 cards, and the Charizard will be at the very end of the stream, and I'm not going to tell you when the end of the stream is. How many promises am I breaking by saying that? If you saw a thumbnail or a movie poster, that's not one, a movie poster, and you're like, oh, yo, Ho-Oh is flying over there, and the story doesn't start with Ho-Oh flying at the start and end with Ho-Oh coming into it, you'd be fuming. I see it like that. I see my stream as that. My thumbnail is my promise to the person that's watching of what you're going to expect, what you can see in this stream. So my thumbnail currently, and it'll probably change because I change it all the time, but my thumbnail currently is a picture of a random card that is likely to be in here, that people aren't going to be like, oh my god, I need to come in for, but no, oh okay, there's some art rares in this stream, that's interesting, I'll go in and have a look. And then their expectation is easily met, because I can do loads of art rares throughout the stream. I can then show them packs and other things as well, because their expectation is then improved or exceeded. Sorry, their expectation is exceeded easily, and I've kept my first promise to them. Same thing with the title of your show. The title, to me, is the title of your show is so important to a degree. It's so important to get that person to click. Imagine they follow 20, 30 people. All 30 people are live tonight. They get all these pings at 8 o'clock tonight, and they've got to decide which show are they going to click the thing to, the notification. If yours says Sam's live and it's a great night, happy Sunday everyone, it's fantastic. Sorry, Alt, that was for you. Love you. If they're going to click it and it just says something vague like that, as in Friday payday, let's get it, or whatever. Okay, what's that? Is that shoes? Is it clothes? Is it pants? Is it Pokemon? You scroll down. 151 box break. Okay, that's cool. Don't click that. Next. 250 singles with chaos mode. Oh, that sounds fun. What the hell's chaos mode? I'll go and have a look at that. You go into the live chaos mode's active and the bloke's going crazy. Cool. That's it. Promise kept. So I would write my show titles and thumbnails based off of a promise that they're going to get in that show. Obviously, the title, you have to keep it short and snappy, like the old school tweets. You can't put too many characters in because they won't be able to see it. It doesn't do all the characters. But having that as a promise to the person, I think is incredibly important. So if you ever write shows out, do that and keep it as how can I make a promise to this person? Because if they get that promise and they tick the box, even just the visuals on the show, on the thumbnail, if the visuals look like it is when you come into the show, you've kept your promise. So how about when I buy cards from this person, they're actually I'm going to receive them as promised in the same way. I already trust you instantly trust the person. All these little things that you just make a tick box of all these different things that you need to improve, you need to make better, you need to focus on, you need to spend some time on. They don't take long. It's not a thing that's that difficult. You go on canva.com and just make a thumbnail, take a screen. All I do, take a screenshot of a card on the stand, upload it to canva.com, put the photo on, the full thing is that. I write on it 300 singles plus, or chaos mode active, or grab Japanese and English cards, JPN, ENG cards, something like that. And that's my thumbnail, done. Takes a minute. You don't have to be fancy, you don't have to be a graphic designer. And that's got me to where I am, or partially, that's one of the reasons, because I'm able to keep my promises to people, and you just come across so much more trustworthy. I'm also personally going down the route of not swearing, not whatever, and that's fine. I find it super cringe. I love a lot of streamers. I love a lot of streamers that swear and talk about drugs and whatever. I love them. They're great friends, absolutely fantastic friends. This isn't a thing against them at all. It's just I see a spot in the market for people that want to watch the stream with their kids, that want to pick up Pokemon cards with their kids or with their grandparents or whatever. And my lane is not swearing, not talking about drugs, not talking about anything like that. I'm not a risky person in that way. I don't want to be banned every week. I've got no interest in that. It's not my vibe. As I say, I've got lots of friends, the top streamers on the platform, as really good friends. Love it. Sit in their streams all night. Fantastic. Hilarious. They're really amazing. But you've just got to find your lane that you're comfortable in. I try and, as I say, I try and appeal to people that may want to watch with their kids as their kids are going to bed. I'm not shouting, I'm not screaming, I'm not, oh my God. I used to, and I just don't anymore. I changed my lane to something I'm more comfortable with, something that I feel like most myself. And I think you should too. I think you should not try and see somebody else who's successful and go, that person's successful because they talk about that. Okay, they might be. But if it's not natural to you, don't do it. I personally, if it's out of context, if it's out of reasoning, cringe if somebody's F this, F that every 2 seconds. If it's part of the conversation, it makes no difference. It's cool. It's fine. But there's so many streamers on there that are just swearing for the sake of swearing. Mainly people that don't have a big following. Mainly people that don't have many people in their stream. And I watch it and I'm like, you've not asked my opinion, so I can't tell you what my opinion is. But I genuinely think if you just calm down with the swearing, or calm down with the talk about drugs, or calm down with the jokes about stuff that you should, well, yeah, risky stuff that might get you banned on the platform, that might have something to do with it. It might be a little tweak that will make a difference. I also find as well, a lot of streamers see themselves, and this is a difficult thing, see themselves as a small streamer, which puts yourself in a box of, I'm not as good as them, and everybody knows it, which puts in a negative spin on the world. Don't class yourself as worse than somebody else. Class yourself as, hey, I'm starting a new, like me, I've started the brand new account. My expectation is I can keep up with my own pace. Card Galaxy can get me the same amount of cards. The cards don't matter. We can get the cards. I can keep up the same consistency. I can keep up the same thumbnails. I can keep my promises to people. I can package and send this out within a couple of hours after stream. All the stuff I can control, I can do the same. Yes, I'll be at the bottom of the For You page. When we first started the account, the Card Galaxy Rapid account, on the 1st of October 2024, I went live in the evening, the first evening I went live, and thinking, we are brand new, the account's brand new, it's got no boost for the algorithm, we've told Whatnot, they said they asked, would you like any support, would you like it to put you on an email to say you got a new account? We're like, we want absolutely no support, we just want to see what happens so that we can roll this out over and over again. We want to see what happens. We're happy if we lose income. We just want to see it. We're doing it anyway. So we want to see what it's like to start a brand new account. Day one, my first stream was in the evening. October the 1st was in the evening. And there was, I didn't even know who was live, but there was loads of people with 100, 150 people in their streams. One person had like 500 people. Amazing influencers all online all at the same time. It was awesome. Really cool. Didn't once think, oh, bloody hell, this is going to be tough because everyone's on. I thought, you know what, everyone's on. What if 5% of all those people get bored and swipe? How do I get up that list? So, we go back to work. The first stream, we were 53rd on the list. Something like that, 48th, 53rd, something like that. Right bottom down, even if you followed us, right at the bottom of the For You page, because we haven't built any equity on the platform, right? We're a brand new account, got no followers, and over the next week I streamed 10 times, selling 400 or 500 cards in a stream each stream, and over the next week we went 50th-ish, like 36, 32, 28. It was literally 4 or 5 spots each time when it was really busy. Obviously, when I'm streaming in the morning, there's only 4 people on. We're top 4. I don't care. It's easy to find us in the morning. But within a week of streaming 10 streams, whether it was because it was 10 in a week or just 10 streams, I don't know. Might be 10 in a week is the thing. But we were then up in the top 10, and we were getting more and more people every stream into our streams. We're good at keeping people in the stream because of the speed of the cards that we can sell. So that keeps people there. I try and be entertaining. I try and talk the whole time. And I think with that, one of the things that we were doing as well is we have some streams where not many people talk because it's like rapid, next card, next card, next card. Some streams, like a binder stream, one of the first things we ever attempted on the platform over a year ago was binders. Now everybody does it, which is great, which is really cool to see. But it was binders. And the good thing with a binder, if you've not done a binder sale before, but the good thing with a binder sale is that they can see 9 cards all at once, and then they bid on whichever cards they want, and then whoever wins has to type in the chat, Sam, I'll have the Snorlax, Sam, I'll have this, Sam, I'll have that. So every 10 minutes you're doing another card, and somebody's chatting every single minute just saying, that card please. And I'm like, this one? No, this one. All right, that's 2 chats in a minute. I'm not trying to bait it, but just a lot of the time they say Snorlax and there's 10 Snorlaxes. And you're like, which one, bro? And then some people are like, oh, bro, hurry up, man, and whatever. It helps with, as far as I'm aware, it helps with like the algorithm of trying to get, of proving that your live is selling stuff and people are chatting, which is, oh, cool, we'll push that, in my head, cool, we'll push that up the list because every time these go live, they sell X amount of cards, X amount of money, and X amount of people chat. That's a decent one that we want more people to see and we'll push it up. I have no idea if that's true. Don't quote me on that. But it makes sense that would be, right? If you were going to market on anything, that's what it would be. And over the month, we're now, when we go live, we're now in the top 5, or to the top 5 rows every time we go live. And I believe it's because of all of those things. And then it's, the followers then matter because you've got, I think we've got, in the first month, we've got 2,000 followers. We're now at, what, we're now on the 8th, we've got 2,400 or something. Obviously that speed will slow down because all the people know we're here now. But yeah, I don't know. I just think before we start moaning or complaining or blaming other people for our misfortune or not success or whatever the opposite of success is, before we blame other people that they've got a hand up or a hand me out or whatever, the only thing to do is to look at ourselves and go, but what can I change? Like, okay, What Not Tomorrow says, Mr. Zach 12345, you have been mistreated. We'll put you at the top of the algorithm. Everyone will come and see your show. You best be doing something different because they're not looking at your show because it's not the best. So giving you an audience and people come in and you're just like, so what do you want? Whereas the top people are doing a different thing. There's a gap, right? You're not, just because people see you doesn't mean you're gonna, or everyone comes into my stream and leaves. Well, join my course. I'll talk you through why I think that might be, and I can help you. We've got we do a course on school, and if you send me on Instagram, Sam's got to catch them all. If you send me your email address and say send me a link to school, you get it absolutely free for life, absolutely free. I have no reason to have your email address. It's just the only way I can give it to you for free. It's 120 quid. Otherwise, you can pay it £10 a month. No problem. Whatever. I don't care either way. I don't want your email. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not bothered. The point is, if you want to make a change, if you're ready to go, you know what, this, I'm not happy with this anymore. I want more. I want to be successful. My version of successful is X, Y, and Z, and I think that I need to make changes, but I don't know where to start looking. Then come over and join that course, man. It is £10 a month or absolutely free if you just drop me your email address. Let's connect. Basically, follow me and drop your email address. You get it free for life. All right, cool. But if you want that, there's 50 videos in there already of just me talking about certain things. There's also, excuse me. There's also, it's like a community, so you can post a question and somebody else might just have the answer for you. They'll just answer it. Or you go, hey, this is a 5-minute video I took of my life. Can somebody give me some tips on what's different? It's hard to do that because you're like putting yourself out there. But if you don't do that, you don't know what's wrong or you don't know what you're doing that's different. And I'm happy to, if you want advice, I'm the first person to, all in. You get as much advice as you ask for with me. I'm very happy to do so. Be in the school community and I'll give you as much advice as you need. No problem. Whether you're paying or not, either way, not bothered. My thing is that you've got to want to change, because if you don't change, it will stay the same, right? Well, why would it change? You're not being hard done by a platform. They don't care. If there's an algorithm, if you're not happy with where you are and there's an algorithm or a platform, you need to change something your end. Don't blame others because you can't control what others do, right? So if you're like, oh, the algorithm takes me out and is crap because of this, okay, but now what? You're just negative. Now, after that, after you've had your rant and you're sad and you're annoyed and whatever, what, are you going to quit? No, change something to make it better. Or quit. Quit's fine. Like that's fine. But you're on a different path to me. I'm on a path of consistency and the success will come at some point. Like, I'm successful. I feel like I'm being currently successful, which is fun. I also feel like I have an obligation to be honest and open with buyers and other sellers. I want to help other sellers achieve what I'm currently achieving. I'm hoping with the fact that I've got 4 or 5 years experience of the live streaming and doing what I consider successful work, doing well. I believe I've got advice that if I'd have been given when I started, I'd be further along than I am now. If your dream is to sell once a week, cool. If your dream is to go full time, cool. If your dream is to become a millionaire, cool. If your dream is to help 10,000 people, cool. Like, whatever it is, cool. But just control what you can control, man. You can't do anything else. And if you just sit there sulking, or stand there, or lay there, or whatever, it's not going to help. And the best, how do I word it? I think for me, I'm all in, and I don't believe I'm the best streamer out there. I definitely don't believe I am. I'm also not concerned if I am. I couldn't care less. Some people might think I'm their favourite and whatever. That's cool. That's incredible. But I don't once think, who's number one? What happens when I get number one and then I'm number two? There's not a rank. It doesn't matter. But I know I can outwork most people. I know my I'm not going to say everyone because I don't know everyone. But I know I can outwork most people. And I know that my consistency can beat most people. And I know that I'm working harder now than I ever have done. So I'm beating myself from last year. I'm absolutely smashing myself from 4 years ago. Ridiculous. And it's only possible because I've got all these procedures that I've put in place, which allows me to... I've just realised this is like ASMR, isn't it, for anybody that's listening. It allows me to have the confidence that I don't know where I'm going to be in a year's time. I hope I'm still working as hard as I am, as well as I am. I'm healthy. I've got a happy family. That's all that really matters. Obviously, it's good that we can earn decent money off of it. Of course it is. Excuse me. But I think having a goal that I can just be better than myself is so much more, so less entitled. Like, I couldn't care less if somebody's at the top. I don't even look anymore, but if somebody's metaphorically at the top or whatever, what can I learn from them? That's all I need to know. When I'm looking at somebody else's stream, what can I learn from them? Not why are they better, why are they this, why have they got more people, why are they sold more, why... Unless I can control any of that or learn from any of that, it makes no difference because I'm not using that information. It's like somebody giving you information, you're looking at somebody's stream and they're doing better. They've got 100 people in their stream, they're selling more than you, and you're sitting there going, why? Whilst live. Well, they're talking to their people, you're looking at me. Don't look at me whilst you're live. Record it if you need to. All my old streams are up. Have a look. But you focus on the people that are in that stream. Focus on the one person that's just come in your stream to just have a look. And you're like, hey, Joseph123's just come in. How you doing, mate? What's good? What are you collecting? Is it? Oh, he's left. Okay, cool. Oh, Frankie38 is in now. How are you doing? Hope you're good. Just have conversations with people. And I believe it's the people, anyone can turn it around. I think it's the people that have struggled. There's so many streams that I've done, even with Car Galaxy, at the start, where there was zero revenue. So many streams at the start when we had zero revenue. I was like, right, boys, that was another 2.5 hour stream of absolutely nothing. Never mind. Oh. Why is that gone off? Let me just double check that. Reconnecting, yes, please. phone decided that it's going to do that. That's not cool. But yeah, so many streams. We've had so many streams over the past where it's just been zero revenue or £100 or whatever. Obviously now we're selling 500 items at £2-3 an item. It adds up really quickly. So we're absolutely blessed with that. It's unbelievable. But you have to put in the hard graft and the understand how a bad stream feels. So all you're doing by doing bad streams or low revenue or whatever you consider as not successful, all you're doing with that is building a base of I don't want to be here, but don't blame. Use it as a I don't want to be here, so what can I change? What one positive thing can I change? I used to do every 10 streams I did, I would debrief and go, right, I'm trying one new thing for 10 streams. Whether it's the thumbnail, whether it's the title, the cards I have, whatever it is, I will do one exact same thing for 10 streams. I will shout, woohoo, every time somebody does it. I'll ring a bell every time somebody wins a card. Did it make a difference or not? 10 streams, cool. Well, that gives me a focus for 10 streams. I can't moan about my streams for 10 streams. I do everything the same, but 10 streams I got that. It gives you a perspective of long-term, longevity. I'm not here to make £1 million on one stream, but doing 10 streams a week at £1,000, £2,000, £3,000 will get me there quicker if I focus on a 5-year plan. Like that, it's all down to your mindset. I genuinely believe it's all down to your mindset. And if you've got that in your mindset, absolutely amazing. If you haven't, you can learn it. I promise you can learn it. And you can, over a long period of time, build it so that you're able to do everything you need to, be happy with what you've got, and just get over not looking at other people, what they're doing, because it's not, unless it's helping you, it's depriving you, and it's not ideal. So don't do that. Anyway, I've finished all the packaging. We've got a big old bag. I've got Royal Mail coming in half an hour, so that was perfect timing. So this was real time, 1 hour 32 and 59 seconds. 1 hour 33. Thank you to anybody that's listened. If you want any more of this kind of content, please put in the comments below what you like, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace. See you later. Much love.